off, and I can offer them to somebody and tell them what it is, because they have no idea. You know, you don't go in a store and find figs.
One night the guy at the gate up at Wilson said to me, "I have to ask you a question." I said, "Sure." He said, "How many grandkids do you have?" I said, "What do you mean?" He said, "My God, they come out of the stands and they're Grandpa Al, Grandpa Al." I was taking my oldest granddaughter, McKenna, to school. And she went to Acoma School, okay? And in first grade, she had Mrs. Connie Hagen-Gruber. And that was, I mean, it wasn't a mistake, it was the best thing that's ever happened to me. I was sitting, I took McKenna to class, and I was sitting at the back of the room listening to Mrs. Hagen-Gruber, and I thought, oh my God, if I had a teacher like that, I'd be President of the United States, because she was great. And so she finally looks up and she comes back and she says, "Sir, is there something you would like to do?" And I made the mistake of saying, "Yeah, sure." I thought it'd be a one-time deal. Well, it lasted 16 years. Life for me as a kid was awesome, because there was no trouble, you know, because you had no spare time. You worked on something, okay? We grew all our own stuff, vegetables and potatoes and the whole thing. So there was always work to do. It was great. I lived on a farm, and I milked cows, 5 cows, morning and evening, before I went to school, and we had a lot of chores to do. There was very little free time, because everybody had something to do to make ends meet. So my mom and dad were very, very good about, very close family, okay? Even though we had nothing, if you didn't make to the table on time, you got very little. Believe you me, it was very, very poor. And I tell kids about it today, and they don't believe me. I tell my own kids about it, because life was very poor. We were very, nobody had any money. There was no cars. There was no luxuries like they have today, okay? So, but that was a way of life for us, so we didn't, I guess we didn't worry about it, okay? We just made the most of it. I came into New York, and coming from Ireland, where everything is, if it's not done today, it'll be done tomorrow or next week, okay? There's no, I got into New York and got into a taxi, and I said, oh my God, what did I get into? The guy was up on sidewalks, and everybody was rushing, okay? So that took a while too. So I stayed in New York a while. Went to DC, went to Chicago, and I had to come to Albuquerque. So I came out here because I had tuberculosis. And I was here with many, many people that had tuberculosis when I came here. I finally got that, you don't ever really get rid of it. They tell me tuberculosis, but it's, you know, it doesn't bother me anymore. Oh yeah, my parents died a couple of years after. One of them died a couple of years after I got here. He was sick. My dad was sick for a lot of years. Because of the climate back there, it's very damp, very wet, very don't have the medicines or the doctors we have today. Okay, the doctors here are wonderful. My dad's name was Elby, same as I'm named after him, and my mom was named Mary, and I have a sister, Mary. And out of the 11 siblings, there's only 4 left. We met actually at a restaurant, Pete's Villa Roma on San Pedro. That's where we met. Oh, just the way she was, I guess. I was kind of used to that kind of, I don't know, I knew she was strict, okay? And straightforward, and I think I like that, okay? You tell it like it is and and I have a granddaughter like that. Oh my God, she tells you it's black and white, but it's, okay? The others have a little more moxie, I guess, but Peyton is just very much like Suzanne, tells it like it is. And there's nothing wrong with that. So I thought she was it, and we've never looked back. We've had a great life. Super life together. Helping out in school, I made so many friends with the kids. It was awesome. Okay.
If they followed and came through, it had to be all the children in the room. And they all did what they had to do in order to get this treat. And I never told them what exactly the treat would be. I could have asked them for the whole world, and they'd go out and bring it to me. Because they didn't get food like that at home. The kids had never seen spaghetti and meatballs in a great big bowl. They had never had special bread made with them to have it. They went wild. I mean, they didn't stop until everything was gone. That to me was a gift in itself, because I knew that they enjoyed it because they all ate it and asked for more. They didn't have to say a word. So that was my usual addition to whatever he was doing, because I didn't stick around what he was doing.
And I just love kids, and the kids tell you a lot of stuff that they don't tell the teacher, you know what I mean? You get very close to the kids. And
you know, people would say, how do you have the time to do this, and why do you do it? And there was just so much, like just hearing you people talk about the past and the people that you were with. It's such a pleasure to know that in some way you were part of it and you made it happen. That's all I asked for.
The last day of school was, for me, was dreadful, because you get close to these kids, you know, you just...
They become yours.
Yeah, and we had kids who used to cry, and oh my God, I used to... And I hear from, every now and then I hear from some of them, okay? So it's very nice. I used to tell the kids in 5th grade that this is the greatest time. You don't think it is, but this is the greatest time in your life to be in 5th grade. Now you're going to move on to mid-school. Stay in school, do your best, okay? Take it seriously, study, do what your teachers tell you, work together, don't work against them, and you'll be fine. You go on to college, go on, you'll be successful, but don't be negative about stuff. Life is short, so make the most of it.
Be honest.
And be honest, and just do your best, work hard, okay? And don't wait for people to give you something, do it on your own. and you'll be successful.